I am Gary Dillahunty. This is my wife, April. I am the deacon over disaster relief at the Park Church of Christ. We are funded solely through Sowing For Eternity, which we're very thankful for. And because of Sowing For Eternity, we've been able to go to Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. We've been able to go to Harvey in Houston, and we've been able to just recently go to Panama City, Florida to help with Hurricane Michael.
So when you go on a trip like that, you never really know what you will end up doing or how you will end up helping. In my working life, I'm a pharmacist, and I have done many mission trips where I was able to do pharmacy. But for this, I was going with a group of mostly men who are all very talented professionals in all of their little handyman areas of expertise that I know nothing about. And so it was neat to be able to work alongside them and learn some of those things. And, I cut down a tree and I learned to use some heavy machinery and things that I would have never had the opportunity to do. Just to see how those kinds of things that are so different from my daily life make an impact on people, I think was really neat.
We all had multiple skill sets going down. Of course, our main goal was to clean up and get people back into a safe situation, which was mainly trimming and clearing trees. This wasn't the part of the city that you see in the pictures. This is the part of the city where people live, no insurance. These people's trailers were turned upside down. They had trees on top of trees on top of trees on top of their house. So we spent lots and lots of times just digging debris out where we couldn't even find a place to put it on the street. But the smiles and the happiness on these people's faces when we got done, and the hugs and the blessings that came to us, it was just amazing.
In 2005, we had the opportunity to go down and help out with Hurricane Katrina. We did what we needed to do. We were there a week or so, took a crew down, but then we also got to go down 2 more times. And if it hadn't been for Sowing For Eternity, a couple of those trips might not have been possible. We've been able to use the funding that comes through that to rent vehicles to drive down to the different disaster areas. It also helps cover the cost of, food and lodging, gas on the way down. Everything is pretty much covered. There's no money out of your pocket.
I think when we do those kinds of things that the Spirit is working in us to make us more like Jesus so that we reflect His glory even more. And I think that that's what the people there see when they see us out picking up trees and cutting down trees and just hauling away trash and whatever there is.
There's literally always something for everybody.
Yeah.
There were people that were needed for everything. Not everybody was cutting trees. Some people were doing laundry. Some people were cooking breakfast.
No matter your skill level, no matter what you can or can't do.
Wherever your strengths are and wherever your talents are that God given you, they're going to always be used.
It's just about your willingness to be present and to do whatever the Lord puts before you. I think He blesses obedience. We just do the very next thing that He puts in front of us. Let Him do what He does and just turn things into miracles.
You see this traumatic thing these people are going through, and it starts tugging at your heartstrings. Of course, over the years, a verse that comes to mind here would be Colossians 1:9. And so from the day we heard, we have not ceased to pray for you, asking that you may be filled with the knowledge and His will in all the spirit, wisdom, and understanding.
Anytime you have a disaster, it makes you stop and think and you reconsider, and I think it opens doors for the gospel. We're not going to be able to provide everything that they need. We can meet some basic needs, but in the end, that's just a tool to introduce them to the true provider of all things, and especially the provider of their salvation.
We're there to meet them and greet them and love them wherever they are, whether they're crying on a curb because they just lost their house, or whether they're thankful that they're alive. Whatever. It's very, very humbling. I think it always comes back to what God has put in our hearts. We are the hands and feet of Christ, and we feel compelled through the Spirit to use our talents to serve Him and serve others.